And
Did
we're
you hear me,
live.
Sam? Am I
Yep,
live?
we're live now.
Hi, my name is Chuck Grolmus. I'm doing the first one shot for M.A.D channel on YouTube. We're gonna go around the table, or well, I guess we're not at a real table, are we? We'll go around and get everybody's name and what character they're playing. Um, Sam, why don't you start?
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Samuel Torna. I've been in a couple other games and I've hosted a couple. Uh, I'm part of Mad Games, and I will be playing Makili Ohin. He is an Elven samurai of sorts called a Shuari, and I intend to really mess some shit up today. So I'm looking forward to it.
Megan, why don't you give a shout out?
Hi, hey everyone. My name is Megan. I am one half of the YouTube channel Dice on Ice, and today I will be playing the half-elf sorcerer Maviel. So that should be a good time, and I'm excited to play.
We're glad to have you. Hey, Jose, you ready to take your turn, man?
My name's Jose, and I'm playing High Elf Arkin Trister, and I'm just hoping to stick in the shadows and be tricky.
Okay. Um, just to give a little background, this team already works with each other. They're part of what's called the White Lotus. They're the shogun for this city's special forces. Basically, they take care of a lot of the problems that happen in the city. Um, Lakamar is the jewel by the sea. It's pretty much a trade port, and it's not shaped around the ocean so much as it is up the mountain. It's terraced, and there's actually two layers to the city. There's the floating upper layer, and then the lower layer. Um, Another notable thing is behind the palace, there is a large Pheonix statue that can be seen all across the city. Um, these White Lotus are woken up in the middle of the night and told that they need to go and see the merchant Salius, and that he'll be waiting for them. Um, you guys basically get your stuff together and you go to meet this gentleman. Um, we'll go ahead and start with you guys at the front door being brought in and him coming down to see you. He comes down in the standard yellow robes. You know that the merchant guild tends to wear yellow. He has a red beard, and he comes up to you. He seems a little shaken, and he comes up to you and he's like, "You're from the Lotus?"
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How may we be of service to you tonight?
He says, "Well, there's been a death. Demar was in his study, and there was a huge explosion. The room is damaged, and you're just gonna have to come see it."
Okay. And I,
And sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I follow him into the room, making sure I'm first out of our group
He
to follow him.
he kind of makes sure he shakes everyone's hand and says, "Come with me." He takes you upstairs, and from outside the room, you can see that it looks like there was a huge blast here. Walls have kind of been pushed out. They are made from a cloth material, but you know they're reinforced most likely with magic at this level of the city. Desk broken in half. It looks absolutely wrecked. So what would you guys like to do?
Immediately, I just take a survey of what is around the room, maybe do an investigation check just to see if anything else besides the broken desk kind of jumps out at me.
Okay, roll please.
So that is a 23 on my investigation.
Oh wow. You catch a glimpse of something black under the broken desk.
Yeah, immediately I would go over and at first try to see if I can see what it is before I touch it.
It looks like a sword.
Yeah, and so very.
It looks like it's made from onyx.
Okay. Yeah, so very gingerly I would pick it up by its hilt and just kind of hold it up into the light to see if there's any markings or anything on it.
Okay, when you touch it, I'm gonna go away from you for a second, Megan. Guys,
Sure.
she literally, you see her reach down and she touched something and then she falls over.
Uh, I take like a half step, but I don't want to get too close because I don't know what could have caused such a thing. Foolish woman.
I
Hold on
want
a
to
second,
go
Megan.
over.
Hold on, give me just a second, Megan. You're gonna get a message in your on your Facebook.
You were going to say something, Jose?
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to go and check her pulse, make sure she's all right.
When you touch her, you feel a little bit of a static charge hit you, but that's about it. And then she has a pulse.
While he's checking her, I would like to closely examine that sword and see what's up with that. Would that be Arcana or Investigate?
Hold on just a second. Yeah, use Arcana.
All right. All right, let me just roll. Oh, wow. Okay. So that is a total of Arcana. 21.
21. That's enough to tell you that this is. You know, this is basically an artifact.
Okay. Hmm.
Its name is Setkar.
Set car. Hmm. I look around it and I look to Roland. How is she? I think you're muted, buddy.
Jose.
I flipped the button earlier and then I forgot I had the mute and then I flipped the button again. Yeah, I was saying she's still alive, but she's unconscious, and I have no idea what that sword did to her. We need to find out what's going on with it.
It's definitely an artifact level item. It's a rare thing indeed. Uh, I look over to the merchant, Salius. Why does Damar have a sword like this? And why does it immediately knock someone unconscious when they touch it?
He looks at you and says, I know nothing of this sword.
Can I roll insight on him?
Roll it, baby.
All right. I don't trust merchants. Ugh. All right. Insight. Total of 13. Whopping 13.
Okay. He seems like he's being honest with you.
Since I did know that the sword was an artifact, did that give me any insight as to the nature of her unconscious state? Whether she'll wake up soon, or if I need to do something? Or do I
You'll
need to
probably have
know
to take a closer look.
at her?
Do you have
Or
medicine? Or not medicine, what's it called now?
it's called medicine. And no, I don't have that.
Do you want to try to check and see if you can figure it out?
Yeah, sure. I will fail miserably. I got a 5.
Okay.
And
When you
it's not
touch
that
her, she jerks up,
oh,
and this huge puff of red flowers comes floating down from the sky, or from the top of this room.
huh.
And I can imagine as Maviel kind of jolts up, she would reach out her arm. Depending on how close Makuli is, she might hit him. But she would say, watch out! And then she would kind of realize where she is.
As her fist lands, I just barely manage to catch it before it hits me in the jaw. I just sigh. If you had taken a moment to survey this item before you touched it, you would have known what it was. An artifact.
I knew what it was. It was dark, okay? It was dark in the light. I mean, in the shadow.
I suppose your half-elven eyes can't keep up with ours.
Are you still alright? I mean, are you alright at least?
I had a vision.
Jose, what was your character's name again?
Roland.
Roland?
Yeah.
You notice that when oh, I can't remember the elf's name now. Samurai, what's your name again?
Makili.
Makili.
I forgot
Okay.
my name too.
When you notice that his sword catches on fire when he touched her.
Sure. So, did he notice that or no?
He hasn't reacted to it. You do know that they have flame blades. It's just normally they come to flame when they pull them out. But that's kind of a normal thing for the Shari.
Alright, well, I want to turn around and tell him, like, what the hell was that? How come your sword was on fire?
Gosh, and I say the deactivation word. Does that actually work, or is it just on fire regardless of what I say?
It stops.
Blasted wild magic.
Well, as you say that, you also know that some of these artifact items tend to cause stuff around them too. They're considered so powerful that they actually affect things around them. It's said that magic itself tends to work through them.
With that thought running through my mind, I would inquire. So, Damar, was it? What was it that he was doing up here? Do you know?
As far as I know, he was doing his books.
and I look at the corpse of Damar. Last I checked, books don't
Okay.
do this.
When you look down, you see that there not only is there a corpse, there's also this blob of flesh that looks like it just fell out of this weird-looking set of armor.
On him or near him?
No, beside him.
Oh.
And it looks like a human-sized chunk of flesh, but there's not really any coherency to it. You know, there's no eyes or face or...
That's curious. Is it moving at all? Or
No.
all of this might be the sword's doing.
Megan, do you have any ideas?
I think that Maviel right now is still kind of sitting, kind of shaking her head, getting her bearings after what just happened. But soon after, when McKinley notices this flesh thing, she would kind of stand up, but look at him and say, maybe you should do the honors of inspecting something this time.
I suppose. As I go over to the armor, I get down on one knee, maybe 2-ish feet away from the blob, and I don't touch it. Secretly, in the back of his head, he's very nervous about what this thing is, but he doesn't want to show it. Is there anything I can tell from being this much closer to it? Would that be perception? I think it's what it's called. Yeah, perception.
Yeah, roll your perception.
Okay. I can't find my dice, so I'm just using a dice roller on my phone. I'm sorry. And it's shitty. It's 8 total.
You notice nothing. Nah. All you really notice is that it looks like there's a gem in the back of the armor that's black and white. Like it's got mostly black with like white clouds running through it. It doesn't look like any kind of armor you've ever seen before. It looks alien, like odd to you.
The whole armor is set, including that gem, huh?
What now?
The whole set of armor, including it, the gem, look alien to me.
Yes.
Strange.
Jose, what's your character's name again?
Roland.
Roland. All I gotta remember is the gunslinger. The Roland. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to do anything, or do you want to check anything out?
Can I do a perception check, see if I notice anything?
Roll it, man.
Yeah. I would see that I was looking at that armor, I would go to Roland and it's like, come here, what do you think about this?
I got a 17.
Okay. On closer look, to you this looks mechanical. Like there's gears and stuff inside the armor.
So, you guys are not gonna believe this, but it looks like machine wiring and gears in it.
Where? Inside the armor or inside the skin?
Inside the
Or
armor.
the flesh?
What armor has gears inside of it? It's nonsense.
That is very odd.
Actually, with this in mind, are any of the books that he was working on, do they survive? Are they all burned or something?
Roll me a d20. If you roll above 10, something survived.
Nice. I like that. 13.
Okay. Yeah, you find some of his. It's a ledger book,
Hmm.
and it names all the people that he works with, and services and such.
That could be useful. I I'll be looking through that while while the Roland examines the mechanical armor because I don't know anything about that.
I have a quick question. You said there was like a gem or something in the armor.
Yes.
I want to turn around and tell them that I'm gonna try to remove the gem, and for them to be ready to anything to happen to me.
Okay.
Before he does that, can I cast detect magic on the gem?
Yes, it's magical.
Okay. I would tell him this. I just say, just be very careful. I'm getting some feelings of magic from this gem here. So
McCallie takes a stance and he goes, I'm ready to do what needs to be done.
All right, so I gently and with both arms go like this and just try to squeeze it out.
Okay. When you okay, guys, you see him freeze when he touches it. Like he just completely stops moving when he touches it.
Roland?
Yes.
No,
And
I'm saying that in
you can
character.
hear like a sound starting to hum and build up.
Oh shit. Roland. I take
immediate. Oh,
go.
Actually,
immediately
roll it.
I would go over him
Okay,
and just
go
try
ahead.
to pull him off, like from touching.
You push him off or pull him off.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your strength? Or give me a strength roll.
Okay. I got a 13.
Okay, you pull him off. Roland, take 9 points of damage.
All right.
And you felt like that thing was just pulling at you. And you have a bit of a headache.
What happened? Did you see anything?
I didn't see anything, but it felt like it was sucking me in, like I couldn't get away from it.
It's odd. Wait.
Everybody, give me a perception roll, please.
Nice. Okay.
Got a 4.
That's
18.
18 plus 3, 21.
Jose?
I got an 18.
Okay. Daggone it, now I forgot the elf's name. Or the samurai's name. What's your name
McKeely.
again, Sam?
McKeely.
McKeely. Okay, McKeely, you notice that the armor, that some of the damage done to it is repaired.
Oh. Hmm. Um, would I be able to put two and two together with like an Arcana check and see what kind of spell does that, or what kind of school of magic that would be?
Roll.
All right. Mm, fif- 15, yeah. 13 plus 2.
Okay. I'm just going to add this together for you because I didn't really tell her what school it looked like it come from, Megan. It doesn't necessarily match necromantic, but you haven't really seen this kind of magic before.
but it's somewhere in
You
the
would assume that
neighborhood.
necromantic would do it, but Megan could. Oh, I know her name. Character's name starts with an M.
Maviel.
Maviel. Maviel. Okay. Maviel tells you that it's not showing as necromantic. It's showing us something else. Or I guess I should leave that up to Maviel to say if she wants to tell you that.
Yeah, she would refer to herself Pheonix. I don't understand it. You'd think it'd be necromancy, but it wasn't.
Hmm. That was my first guess too. Necromancy. You don't think it is?
No, no, definitely not.
Well, then that's doesn't quite well, it does somewhat explain the lump of flesh. If it has something to do with necromancy, I should say.
So I got a quick question. Since I couldn't
Sure.
touch the gem, can I use mage hands and try to like pickpocket the gem or something?
Yes, you can.
Okay, what do
Roll an attack roll with it.
a what?
Attack roll, just use your proficiency plus your intelligence modifier on a d20.
$26.
Okay, you pull the gem out. When you do, the armor starts lurching, and it looks like it's trying to get up and stand up.
I would immediately get ready, and honestly, I might not even be able to hold back. I would probably strike it.
The armor or the gem?
The armor, if the armor is what's moving.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Oh no. Ooh. That is a total of, what is that, 8 plus 5, 13?
Doesn't hit.
Shit.
Are you, Roland, are you still going to pull the gem, keep pulling it towards you?
I'm gonna drop that shit.
Okay. When he drops that shit, the armor kind of goes up to the gem and just kind of stops and stands right by the gem.
Are you guys saying that?
Yes.
What the hell was that? Why would you try to grab something that already caused so much damage? What the,
You
what the
touched
hell's
the
the matter
sword.
with you?
We did say we shouldn't touch things.
Sorry, I'm a terrible listener.
Still, we found out something interesting. It wants the gem. You think it's the power source, maybe? It needs to be near it?
That's what it
Do
seems like, some
any
sort of
you guys?
regenerative.
I sheathed my blade, and while sheathed, I just knocked the gem a couple feet away from the armor.
How about giving me a role-playing flourish by how your sword looks when you pull it out?
Oh, from before? Yeah. When it did come out, the as it hit, basically as the metal hit contacted the oxygen, uh, it it was almost like a firework igniting. Sparks come out, and then this crimson fire covers the length of it, and you don't even see a streak of the blade. It's just that like line of fire through the air that had originally missed. And then when I resheathed it, the fire is immediately extinguished as if I was quenching it in water. Then I knocked it around like a hockey puck.
When you hit it, Your flame actually goes out.
Oh. Mhm. That internally terrifies me. As I pull my sword away, I say the activation word again. Does it come back on?
Yep.
Huh. So it sucked the magic from my blade, and it attempted to suck, I'm assuming, the life out of you, Roland. This is definitely something more than necromancy.
Something that is very dangerous in
This
the wrong
this reeks
hands.
of forbidden magic to me. Hmm.
Well, whatever it is, we need to find somebody that can maybe put two and two together before
Yes.
something really bad happens.
Yes. I kind of I reach into my basically my coin pouch, and I just empty it out. There wasn't much in there at the moment. And I hand the coins to Roland, and then I just bend down and I I just put the I try to basically, without touching the gem, cover it in my coin pouch and try to seal it, so it, without touching it, is my goal.
Okay.
Okay, I don't need to roll or anything for that.
Nope. I'll give it to you. I'm not going to kill you with it
Fantastic,
this time.
fantastic. I just seal it off, and I just and then I cinch it back onto my belt, and I look at Roland. That is not a gift.
Roland, do you respond?
Yeah, I hold my hand out and I just drop the coins in his hand.
Hmm. This is all one matter. We still haven't figured out what happened to Dimar. That was his name, Dimar.
Yeah.
Does his body look like it died of any? Does any obvious cause of death on the body?
It looks like the explosion did it.
Okay, the explosion. That's right. Huh. Hmm. Does it look like the explosion originated from the table, since it's split in half?
Behind the table.
Behind the table. I would like to look around that area, see if there's anything behind the table at all.
Make an investigation roll.
Yes, sir. That's a good roll. Investigate. 18.
18. You notice a section of book that you picked up that's been ripped off, laying kind of under the desk a little bit.
Hmm. Okay. Shaken a little bit by the events of the last 5 minutes, I prod it with the hilt of my blade. Doesn't do anything?
No.
All right. I grab it in my gauntleted hand. Is any of the book still legible?
Um, you could tell that it's some kind of ledger for money coming down from. You could tell it's been cooked.
Hmm. Especially compared to the other ledger that I have that's in one piece, I'm guessing.
Yes.
So it looks like Dimar was not exactly the cleanest fellow. Are there any names that I could see? I would like to cross-reference a little bit, see if there's any names that in the cooked book that match up with with the one that's complete. See like who's like trying to get the do some bad stuff. See if I can see any familiar names, that
It
kind of
looks
thing.
like there's a lot of money coming from the lower sector,
Hmm.
but it's hard to tell where from. You can tell it's the names aren't going to match. It means something to you,
Yeah, I get that.
but you could tell they're taking a lot of money from the lower city and bringing it up to the.
Interesting. As I kind of point this out to the group, it seems like there's a lot of money moving around. It seems like he was cooking his books.
Um, Mavia would kind of either go over your shoulder and kind of look at it, or ask if she can look at the ledger or the cooked book.
Seeing as like uh, McKeely wouldn't allow you to look over his shoulder, if he would just
Yeah.
move his shoulder, he would look at you and hesitate for a second. It's like, of course, Captain. And
Yeah, she would stay staring at you, making complete eye contact the entire time. Um, but she would begin flipping through, and can I make a, or would there be any names in there that I would recognize?
Roll. Do you have investigation?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll it for me.
18.
Okay. You know, for certain reasons, you know why wild mages are tattooed, and those tattoos put them under control of the wizards. Um, you can tell that there's some, and a lot of times they're used as a resource. And because you have some idea of how many there are, you realize that this also has movements of the wild mages.
So in addition to the names, it also has like their movements?
Yeah, well, you wouldn't get their
Or
names specifically. It's more of you realize that there's a connection here. They're using them as a resource.
okay.
And because
Yeah, and so
of your position,
oh sorry.
you know, like, you could kind of match up and go, wow, there was 10 of them that went down here the other day, and there's on this ledger. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um so she would just kind of close both books and hand them back to McKeely and say, thank you.
I was wondering, while they're doing that and looking through the ledger, could I check to see if maybe there's like any hidden doors or something?
Roll for it. Your perception, I guess.
Yeah, I got a 6.
You notice nothing.
All right.
You think Makeel might be a door.
Is the father still in the room with us?
He never came in the room. He's standing outside in the doorway.
Okay. I would like to go out there and ask him if he had spoken to the son before, he found him crispy.
Um, you're gonna ask him what again now?
I want to ask him if he talked to his son before he found him the way he found him.
Um, not for an hour or two.
And did you heard anything suspicious or anything that sounded, bizarre from him at all?
No.
Okay. All right, I'll go back in the room with the rest of them and find out what's going on.
Okay. Anybody
Actually,
else?
yeah,
Oh, and let me
Maviel
let me
would.
just throw this out real quick, not to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
If you want to say, like Megan, you want to say you know somebody that might know something about this, make it up, and you can go see them.
Yeah, I was gonna do, but first she would kind of uh, grab the book again. I know she had just given it back to McKeely, but she'd kind of grab it back again, and she would kind of flip to, or she would kind of open it up or look at a page, and she would call um, the father in, just kind of saying, "Oh, can you look at this name right here?
Okay.
It looks very familiar."
Megan,
Calling him into the room.
inspiration point.
Awesome.
You could tell he don't want to come in the room.
Yeah. So
He's like, oh no, my stomach, I can't I can't handle looking at it, and he kind of turns away from you.
and as soon as that happened, she would just say, "Oh yes, of course, I completely understand. My apologies," and she would kind of hand it back to McKeely, but kind of giving him like a sideways long glance.
Now I'm gonna retro hit Roland for an inspiration point too.
Woohoo!
I didn't want to give it away, but I knew Megan knew what she was up to. So you don't have to insight checking. Something's funny here. You notice he's tugging his ear, his left ear.
All right. So McKeely, noticing the sidelong look from Maviel, hmm, walks up to Salius, the father. Are you sure none of these names look familiar, sir? I want to. Her Maviel has a certain way about trying to get information out of people. Uh, it's a bit too exhaustive for me. It's late. So I think you need to answer her question.
He kind of stops for a second and then he looks at the book and goes, "No, I'm not really involved with that part of the business."
Hmm. But you know something. Otherwise, you wouldn't be so nervous.
Come now, my son is dead. How would you expect me to act?
Hmm.
And she would also kind of come up beside McKinley and just be like, "Oh, I see you've been kind of tugging on your ear a little bit. Is it sore?"
Okay. Everybody roll initiative. Oh, he's
Oh, you want it in the chat or you want to say it out loud?
say it out loud.
All right. I got a 20 total.
A 7.
18.
Okay, now I want a dex check.
Check or save?
Check. Technically, what I'm doing is seeing if you who is actually surprised by him.
Oh, okay. I got a 7.
I'm giving you a chance to one of you might catch him, but technically you are off. Oh wow.
I got a 19 also.
Very cool.
How about
I said 7.
7 for Sam.
Yeah.
Okay. You see him take and hit Sam. Or at least let me roll. I'm sorry, I guess I shouldn't just stay. Where's my D20? Okay, 17, Sam.
Attack roll on me?
Yep.
Yeah. Just got past my armor.
He does 10 points of damage, and he literally pushes you back 10 feet. Now, you two can attack him. But I'm going to tell you now, he looks like he's blurred. Like when he attacked, he went blurry. I'm going to assume Roland has the higher dex, so he's going to go. Or first.
Can I?
That was your.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, what was that, Megan?
I'm just asking what the dex, because I got a pretty high dex.
What's your dex?
16, so plus 3.
What's yours, Roland?
17. So plus 3 also.
Okay.
Okay. So you go first, Roland.
Alright. Let me think for a second what I want to do. I don't really think I want to kill this guy until we find out what's going on. Could I cast Charm Person on him?
Okay. I'm going to ask the fellow DMs in here instead of working up. Since combat has started, could he technically get away with the charm person?
As far as I'm aware, yeah, if he fails his save.
Okay.
It's not like the.
Go ahead and.
But the person has advantage. So your person has advantage if we're already fighting. If we're already in initiative, then he has advantage.
Okay.
With rolling a wisdom save.
I was thinking there was something like that. Do you still want to go to try and use that, Roland, or do you want to try to do something else?
I want to put him to sleep.
Okay. Do you have? Was it 68 for sleep?
What do you mean by 68?
To do sleep, you have to roll.
Yeah, it says 5d8s.
Yeah, roll 5d8 for me and tell me what your total is.
Six.
You should be a lot higher than that. You're gonna have to roll it that many times. It's like 68. You're gonna have to roll it 6 times.
Oh, I got you. I did the wrong thing. I put where you put a bonus on it. Let me start over. Right now. I believe it's 32.
Okay.
Yeah.
It stops. The blur goes away. You now see what looks like another set of the armor that's laying on the ground in front of you.
Huh. So it looked like an elf man before, right?
Yes.
And now it's just a suit of armor.
Well, if you look closely, there's somebody in it.
Oh. Okay. They're just asleep now.
Yep.
Good work, Roland. As I step back up, probably rubbing my chest or wherever he hit me. Um, hmm. This is an interesting development. Hmm.
He's getting more bizarre and bizarre by the minute.
Mm-hmm. What's inside this suit? What? Who is inside the suit? I should say.
Well, all you can really look is in the visor, and it's some kind of glass. It's like I'm trying to think of a good example. It's almost like a welding face mask, except you can tell it's a lot tougher than that.
Uh-huh.
But it's got a glass covering basically the front, and it looks human.
Human. I don't want to rouse him yet. Hmm.
Should we get something to like tie him up just in case when he wakes up?
Yes, that's a good idea. Do you happen to have anything like that on you, Roland?
Nope.
You have rope on you, Roland.
Oh, I do. Okay. Well, I would like to use my rope and tie him up.
Okay, you tie him up. You do have to concentrate on sleep, I believe.
All right. What do I roll?
No, you don't have to roll anything. It's just you got to make sure you're concentrating to cast that sleep spell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like if I were to jump out and attack you right now, you want to make sure you keep concentration on that spell because
Good. Yeah, I'll keep doing that.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast detect thoughts on this guy.
okay. What's your what's
Sorry,
my save for that?
just so I can just initially right away learn the surface thoughts. So what's the most in its mind at the moment? If I want to probe deeper, which I do, you have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Um. You get an image of it looks like another suit, but it's much bulkier than the ones you're seeing. And you can tell that this guy's afraid of him. You also see ships. You can't tell how many, and they look really big. On your probe deeper, I saved.
All right, so
Or at least let me rephrase that. I had a 17. Does that save?
yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
I thought so.
so yeah, so the spell ends, and Maviel just kind of blinks and shakes her head. She's kind of frustrated.
I've seen that expression on her face before when we've been around a subdued target. Did you not find out very much?
No, I couldn't get too far into his thoughts. Just some.
And at that moment, I want to lean down and I want to, since I do have gauntlets on, so some kind of gloves. I want to try to take off the helmet of this from the person inside.
Okay, what was you going to say, Megan?
Yeah, I just got some images that didn't make any sense.
Okay. When you go to take that helmet off, you realize you're not going to get it off without using your sword or something.
Sound there good. In that case, I would look up to Roland. Is he secured?
I think so. I mean, he shouldn't be going anywhere.
Hmm. So by use my sword, do you mean like decapitation?
Then you're going to have to pry that sucker off or tear it off or something.
Hmm.
It's
I think I got a pretty decent strength. I'm just gonna I'm gonna. It's not very dignified of me, but I'm just gonna put one foot on each shoulder, and I'm just gonna full on yank it out, just full body weight. If this guy gets hurt, big deal.
Could I,
roll a
uh,
strength check.
Yes,
could
sir.
I help him?
Yeah, you can help him. It'll give him advantage.
I like hold his back so that way he don't fall. So you just see
Fantastic.
me like this.
So you have advantage, Sam.
Oh, thank you. Because my first roll was a 2, and my second roll is an 18 plus 2, so 20 total.
You yank it off, or at least try to, and it how do you explain it? The glass face cover comes off on you, and then when you do that, the armor starts opening up.
Oh,
I'm scared.
don't be. There's 3 of us. As I have my hand on my sword hilt, and does something plop out? Is it just a human body?
He's still in the suit technically.
Okay. Hmm. It's human. It's a human, right? You said human before.
Looks like it.
Oh.
So what's the plan here? Because I really don't want to touch him.
Well, as I see it, we have one of two options. We can wake. We can wait till this guy wakes up and maybe get more questions. Maybe not. Or we go down to the docks and we talk with a few of my associates. They might be able to shed more light. Do you have a problem with that, McKeely? Would you have a better idea?
Seeing as his spell only lasts for about a minute, I say we should interrogate him. Better than having to run around town to the docks and associate with your associates. Unless absolutely necessary. But you're the captain, so I suppose it's your decision.
Yes. Yes, it is. But yes, we should wait.
Alright, so do you want me to drop concentration so that way he can wake up? Alright, I'll do that.
Okay. Guy starts waking up, seems groggy for a minute, and then he looks at you. Eyes just kind of go saucer big. You see the suit snap shut. Sam, I'll give you a chance to take a reaction if you want.
Okay. It's trying to snap shut.
Yep.
I'm just gonna shove my sword in it and prevent it from closing.
Roll.
Is that an attack roll?
Yep.
Oh, fell off the table. That's 20 total.
Okay. You do it. Roland, do you want to try to do anything? Or Dad got it. Megan, do you want to do anything?
No, I think I would probably have the reaction that McKinley would do something, and I know from experience that if we both try to do something, then sometimes it just doesn't work. So I just let him try to do that.
Well, I want to be stupid and try to hold on to his legs like grapple.
Okay, roll your dex.
16.
Okay. You kind of dive tackle him on the leg. You actually knock him down. It pulls your sword out of your hand. Well, actually, make a strength check, Sam.
Yes, sir. Total strength check of 14.
Okay, you have the option of pulling the sword out or letting go of it.
I'm gonna leave it in so he can't fully shut that thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm just going to go back to we're going to go back to the same initiative you guys had before. So Sam, it's your action.
I was muted. So he's up right now with my sword in his chest.
No, he's on the ground with the sword in his
Okay.
chest.
Okay, he's on the ground. All right. So with him on the ground, I grab my sword again. And I'm just kind of putting my foot. If this thing closes in like sideways like this on him, I'm trying to like put my sword to push that way and my foot to push the armor that way, and just try to open it up some.
Make a strength check.
Yes, sir. Nice. That's a 21.
Okay, you actually start prying the armor open.
Nice. And what? Just for flavor, I'm also while I'm doing that, I'm muttering the incantations, the Elven words, to shocking grasp. Just charging it up here. And it's like this can go a lot easier for you if you just calm down. I believe that's my whole action.
Okay, Roland, you're next. You've kind of got him tangled up in his legs. Jose?
I'll
muted again?
I'll continue to grapple him so that way he won't get up.
Okay. Megan, your turn.
I'm actually going to cast invisibility on myself and see if I can kind of go around behind him. Kind of what I want to do, this might take 2 turns, but just take out the dagger that I have and stick it in to where his armor is, kind of where his throat is, just kind of incapacitating him.
Okay, you're going to put the dagger where?
So it's open, so I want to try and slip it in the armor to where the sword is stuck and by his throat area, chest area.
Okay, at that point, he kind of stops struggling.
Yeah, and I just kind of said, there we go. We just want to talk.
I don't let go
Kind
of
of growls at you.
I still have the charge, and I kind of put it closer to his chest. Growling isn't talking.
He looks at you and just snarls.
Screw it. And I shock him. I think he can take it.
Okay. Everybody make a dex save.
Oh yeah, he's made of metal.
I got a 19.
A 14.
Is it against my DC?
What now?
Is it against
No,
my DC?
you're just roll your deck save, buddy boy,
Oh, me too.
and tell me what you got.
That is not great. I got a 7.
Okay. Oops, did I say that? Take 16 points of damage, Sam.
Ah, God dang.
The other two of you take 8. When he hits it with it, well, okay, you know what, Sam? Since you did it, I want you to describe it. But basically, this is the suit actually melting down and letting off an electric charge when you hit it.
All right. So yeah, it's literally me. I hit him in the chest. I say the final discharging word to it, and my magical energy goes into him, and it's the crisp blue color of practiced Elven arcane magic. And it hits him, and it has a reaction, but it reverberates in his armor, and you can see the electricity change into this weird blackish green, and just rebound on us twice over, hitting me the hardest since I was the center of this.
Do you think that I would slip? Because I feel like taking damage to his throat, I feel like it would slip.
That's fine. It slips. It doesn't matter. The suit kills him. Is going to kill him too. It literally is melting down.
Yeah. Well, just to add insult to injury, I also
I just see myself like holding onto the ropes and getting shocked and then getting hit against the wall and trying to like recover from it.
I almost feel like McKeely, since he was the center and he was holding his sword, that's probably why he took the full brunt of the damage. I basically got like when you get zapped by an arc welder, you just get blasted across the room. I hit the door frame. I'm like, and I just watch as his armor melts and she slits his throat because of the reaction. I just can't help. I'm just like, what kind of fucking nonsense is this?
My question exactly, McKilly. And she would look at you and just kind of start walking down, like, out of the house. And she's like, well, I guess we're at that point. We need to go down to the docks.
I definitely didn't see my day starting this way.
McKinley takes a breath. He's slightly humiliated, but he stands up straight and slicks his hair back. He looks around this room as his commanding officer walks out. Roland's hurt. He's gathering his stuff. And I remember that there is still a dangerous artifact in this room. So I take this was a room, right? There's a bed in here, or no?
No, this was an office.
It's an office. All right. Well, the person, the corpse here, he has clothes on, right? He has a shirt. Not the guy who melted down, the son who died in the explosion.
He's kind of in pieces.
Mm-hmm. I see. Nothing. Okay. Before Roland leaves, Roland, do you happen to have a rag or anything on you? Some kind of cloth?
Is there any way that I could like rip some of my shirt and just like give it to? Well, that wouldn't work for a sword. Yeah.
I would think you actually would have a cloth for that reason, to be honest.
If you think that I would, that'd be fine by me. I just it's probably something that's just tucked into one of my pouches, like into my belt. I just pull it out and I unfold it. And I just
Actually, now that I think about it, your fire would probably burn it off. Like you could just literally.
My fire would burn what off?
Weren't you wiping the blood off your blade?
No, I'm trying to pick up the onyx sword without touching it.
Oh,
And
okay.
you know how they wrap it up so in anime at least.
Yeah, you can do that. That's no big deal.
Okay, but that is a cool idea. So the whatever blood was on my sword is just being vaporized off of it, and then it's always clean when I scabbard it again. And I just have this wrapped up artifact that I just kind of shove into the other side of my belt, just to make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Okay, Megan, who would you like to go see at the docks?
Um, I figured that since I am a wild sorcerer, essentially, I would probably have people that I could talk to about the wild mages and about like their movements and kind of who knows about their movements, who would, why are they on this book, essentially.
Okay. Do you want to make up a name for contact, or would you like me to do it?
Can you do it? I am horrible at names. Sorry.
There's a woman named Lahar. One of the other things you have to understand about the wild mages is they still, even though they're not respected technically and they're kind of sort of slaves to the high mages, they still have a lot of authority because they work for the high mages. A lot of times they have. So you know that she tends to be one of the higher ups and knows a lot more what's going on.
Okay, yeah, I would definitely want to go talk to her.
Okay. Um, you guys work your way down to the lower city. There's actually you take a teleporter down. Work your way down to the docks. Um, you find her working at one of the warehouses. She's basically helping direct the unloading of a lot of the ships coming off. Um, as you go up to her, she sees you coming and she comes up and greets you very warmly. And it seems like she's glad to see you and asks what she can do for you.
Yeah, and I would kind of motion for McKeely to kind of come over with this writing, and I would say, I know that you know a lot about the wild mages and their movements. I found this ledger and some information that I found quite interesting, and I thought that you could maybe tell us a little bit more about it. Just trying to be as vague as possible, not really saying anything, but just having these papers.
Yes, wizard. And she takes it from you and starts looking. You can kind of tell after a few minutes, she kind of gets the same shock or a shocked look on her face, and she says, I didn't know this was. Is this what I think it is? And she kind of looks at you, Megan.
Um, she would kind of look at.
She kind of almost looking at you for reassurance. Like, is this what I think it is? Is this.
Um, that depends. What do you think it is?
Well, it looks like somebody's moving around the wild mages and having them do work and hiding it.
Oh. Uh, do you know what kind of work? Have you heard anything about this?
Well, it probably started a couple months ago. We started getting odd orders.
Orders for what?
Well, they sent us to check out the Children of the Light, but it looks like they're still sending them there.
Hmm. That is interesting. And she would kind of look over to McKinley and Roland just to see if they have anything else that they want to add or ask. Or...
McKinley is pointedly on lookout, not willing to look at Maviel in the eye right now.
Roll a perception, please.
That's a nat 20. I wasted on perception.
Actually, you see a gentleman that looks like he's watching you guys.
Hmm. Is he nearby or like around a corner or something?
He's looks like he's moving crates, but it looks like he's watching you.
Hmm. I would point this out to Roland, since I know his specialty is stealth and the sneakier side. And I would behave as if I was just looking around and just chatting. Roland, about 50 feet to our 3 o'clock. There's someone pointedly listening in. You think you can slip away and catch him?
Yeah, I got this. Give me a second. While he's talking to me, I want to start going around the corner where the guy can't see me and go stealth.
Roll it.
28.
Yeah, you're stealth.
All right.
What are you gonna? You're just gonna try to get behind him?
I want to get like close enough where he can see me, but around a corner, and then I want to cast like let's say that he's moving the crates and stuff, and like around the corner from him, I want to cast minor illusion and be like, hey.
So, are you making that sound like where you are or somewhere else?
No, somewhere else. Like, let's say I'm here and he's moving the crates. I want to do it close to him where he has to like move to go check it out or to see if he hears and does anything.
Okay. Yeah, he does. He starts walking over that direction.
All right. Well, he does that. I want to try to get like a vantage point where I'm close enough, but like above him, so I can, pay more attention to him or do something.
Okay. You really don't have any way to get above him without taking the time to climb, which means you'd have to move over to the wall and climb up into the rafters.
Okay. Well, just I guess like close enough around like behind a crate or something where he can't like see me, but I can like look at him and see if I can hear him talking to anybody or anything else.
Okay. He kind of shakes his head and goes back to doing what he was doing. And you can also tell it does look like he's really kind of trying to pay attention to what's going on with your partners. Go back to Megan and Sam. You guys, what do you want to do?
I would in while she's in her conversation, while she's chatting with her associate, I just I'll kind of step closer and still be looking around. I won't look at her at all, and and just be like, Roland is on a side mission at the moment, as them just still on lookout.
You would see the slightest nod from Mabiel. She would maybe start speaking a bit louder, but kind of changing the subject. Or no, sorry, she would actually start speaking a bit quieter. Sorry, I'm retconning that in a little bit to make it look like she's saying something a little bit more interesting, a little bit more secretive. And she would kind of lean in and just say, who do you trust here? Is there anyone else we can go to, maybe get some more information or an in on some of these other people tracking the wild mages, or getting them to do work?
You can tell she kind of thinks for a minute, and she tells you to meet her at the guild hall for the wild mages. It's probably about 10 blocks from here. And when she gets off work, she'll meet you there.
Yeah, and she would nod, but then she would just say, she would kind of ask, how are you doing? Like, are you doing okay? Kind of giving Roland time, as much time as he can to do whatever he needs to do. So it's just going to be idle chit chat.
Okay. Roland, are you going to do anything, or are you just going to wait?
Can I, try to attack him as in try to club him or something? Like hit him with the back of my rapier, see if I can knock him out?
Yep, make an attack roll.
I got a 16.
Okay, you come down on him, and you land on top of him. And it looks like you've got him subdued. You got him under control.
Alright, I don't know if I can do this as a bonus action or not, but can I use message and send a message to McKeely telling him that I knocked him out? Like telepathically or however that works?
Yeah, all you got to do is point at him and whisper, and it works.
Alright, I want to do that. Be like, hey, I knocked him out. I need you to come back over here and help me move him.
Okay.
Upon getting, sorry,
while
go
you're
on.
doing that, you notice that this guy feels bigger than he looks.
I got you. As I grab him, can I message him again or not?
Yes.
I want to go like, we might have a little problem. This guy seems a little bit solid, if you get what I mean.
Upon receiving the second message, I would, my eyes would kind of go wide a little bit, and I would do a half nod to Maviel and begin to quickly pace over to where Roland is.
Okay. You get over there. He's got this guy. It looks like he knocked him out.
Oh. Huh. All right. I thought you were in more trouble than this. So the man's subdued. And hopefully, if Maviel's not nearby, is like, let's not have a repeat of what happened at the last place. Let's just tie him up and let's not attack him this time.
Yeah, maybe we should drag him in this site that he's working in, or just find somewhere where we can tie him to a post or something before he tries to run away.
Good idea, and I'll help him with that. I'll help him kind of like pick him up and like just tie him to like a light post or something.
Could I cast minor illusion so that he looks like he's part of the pole, so that way when people walk around, they don't see this guy tied up?
Yeah, you can.
All right, I want to do that.
It's very clever.
I just don't want to go to jail.
You got to realize, to some degree, the other two have enough authority that you'd really have to do something messed up before that would happen.
Yeah, I would pat him on the back. It's like you're part of the White Lotus now. This is all lawful.
Or at least if the White Lotus turns against you guys, then it would be a problem. But
Yeah.
otherwise,
Oh God. All right. So at this point, I would kind of let out the signal that we have, maybe like the the chirping sound of like a nocturnal bird, something that we would have worked out beforehand to say that like gather up so that Maviel could come and join us.
so Maviel, what's your reaction?
Yeah, after a few minutes, making sure that it doesn't look too obvious that like people are rushing over, she would kind of make her way over to where they are. Bid her goodbyes to Lahar, tell her that she will meet her after her shift, and then hurry on over.
Okay, when you get over there, you see that they got this guy. Well, I guess technically you don't see him. He's kind of illusioned up.
So they're just standing by a lamppost.
Yeah.
Well, since we're surrounded, and we'll try to make like a wall so that way the people that come by they can't really see anything, and I'll drop the illusion so that she can see them.
Okay.
Yeah, and she would like open her mouth to say something, and then he drops the illusion, and then she would just go, "Oh, okay," and then just nod her head and look over to the other two.
The guy starts waking up, and his eyes lock onto Mikkel is Sam, right? And Maviel is Megan, right? Hello.
Oh, sorry, I thought you could see us. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got him. You got him right on both counts.
Okay. Maviel, it looks at you, and he says, Lakamar Tachi. And then he kind of bows his head, and you see this illusion on him waver. And he looks like a dragon man. And you've never seen one before. None of you have.
Do I recognize the language?
Did you take Draconic?
No.
I did.
Then no, you don't. You did?
I did. Yeah, it's right here. So, do
You
I
call her
understand what he said?
Magic Child.
Magic child. I sneer at this. Hmm. I gotta step up. Seeing her face of confusion. Uh, he called you Magic Child. He's speaking Draconic.
We lost the GM.
Oh
We
shit!
can do whatever we want now.
Alright, I'm gonna go real quick and use the bathroom while he's gone. I'll be right
Oh. Yeah. Hold on a second. I think I can get him. So yeah, sorry about that disruption, guys, but he should be back on in just a moment. I think he just lost internet.
Now we can do whatever we want, right? I want
We totally
to.
can, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna level up to level 16 and blow the world up. I feel like that's pretty good.
Yeah. There you go.
I do not know what happened.
It's all good. Stuff happens. Oh, by the way, Megan blew up the world. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to start from
Yeah.
scratch. I was gonna say that the onyx sword becomes a giant obsidian dragon that calls me master, and yeah, but I didn't get to it. Thanks, Chuck.
Nice try. Even though a city of dragons sounds cool, I've never seen one of those.
We'll get to it. Where were we?
Okay, so where were we at?
Oh, that's right. I just said to them.
Oh
I
yeah,
think he dropped out. It's like he called you Magic Child, and he's speaking Draconic. Didn't you learn that in your studies? Oh, right, of course. But I can translate.
Don't worry about it. And she would kind of. Is there like a common language? Is it just Elvish, or is it common?
Yes,
or
Elvish is common.
Okay. Um. So she would. At first, she would look at him and say, "Do you speak Elvish?"
He says yes.
Why are you here?
My people have been waiting for many generations. There is a prophecy that we protect.
And she would say, it's been a really long day. I almost got electrocuted. I did get electrocuted by my companion. So maybe give up on the fancy prophecy talk and just get on with it. Why were you looking at us and trying to listen in on our conversation?
Because we're trying to find out what's going on with the magic children.
What do you know
One magic child
so
will
far?
rise when the Pheonix rises. And we know that there is about to be war.
War. One wait. One point. One magic child will rise. So the magic
Yes.
child, you mean? Are you talking about half elves in that scenario?
The children of magic are ancient. They are predecessors, gifted. Gifted by magic itself.
Are you talking about wild mages?
Yes.
Uh, war. Hmm.
Wild
So,
mage is starting a war, and that. I'm sorry, Jose. Go on.
Senegal, like, war with who?
I'm sorry. Roland, what
Uh,
was that?
I was saying, war with who?
It has been coming for a long time. It is the remnants of the human warriors that were left behind generations ago. These children are the lighter part of it.
Are they good or are they bad?
Very bad. And then he tells you he senses the blade you carry on him. And he tells you in his language that blade is called a life stealer.
Life stealer seems accurate to what we've been seeing so far.
No, let's clarify. The sword is named life stealer.
Yeah, yeah.
Even it reacts badly to them, and it's not a pretty item.
Hmm.
Do you know anything about suits of armor? Armor that has gears and unlike anything we've seen before.
He says, I have not seen anything like that, but I do know that they have spies. We can't track them.
Who are we? Are you some part of organization?
Yes, we are the Cave Re. We have carried the prophecy all this time, even before the Elven Empire.
Would I recognize that name at all, or can I make a history roll?
Roll.
I got a 10, so probably not.
No, it doesn't work.
Can anyone make the history roll? Or
Yeah, go for it.
I got 21, 16 plus 5.
Children of the Great Dragon. You know that the Great Dragon is, to you, it's a myth, but it's the idea that there is an actual, one of the deities is a dragon. But he doesn't reside in a plane, he resides on this plane.
Cavalry. Children of the Great Dragon?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just saying that to him. You saying that's a real thing?
Yes.
This is a lot for McKinley to take in. Is he woke up today thinking that he was just gonna have to solve a murder, um, but he shakes his head and he looks to his companions. The Kevri he's talking. It's well, at least I thought it was a myth about a god that walks the earth and his children who also walk the earth. So, just to clarify, did he say he was part of that group?
Yes, he's one of the members of it.
Mm-hmm. Uh, so it's your mission to prevent this war that's going to happen, and you think that it has something to do, or at least starting here.
He says, I doubt we could prevent the war, but we must start a defense.
So I wanna tap both of my companions and look at them and say, I don't really know what the hell's going on here, but we need to figure something out and maybe get out of plain sight instead of interrogating a dragon man in the middle of nowhere where people are all over the place.
Yeah, you're right. And I look to my captain.
Yeah. He is still like disguised, right? Or is he not?
No, to you right now, he's showing the dragon shape.
Okay. And so she would just, like, her brow is furrowed and she would just be, it just seems like there are so many open ends that somehow connect. I'm not sure how.
Roland is right. We should discuss these open ends somewhere more private than this. If he was watching us before, any one of those opposing forces could be watching us now.
Yes, you're right.
And they could be anybody. Just throwing that out there.
Yes. Well, he doesn't seem to be a threat, so I'm sure we can untie him. We do also have to meet with Lahar after her shift is done at the Guild for the Wild Mages. Maybe our new friend would like to come along. More information that may be not available to be discussed out here.
I would kind of like step between the dragon man and my captain, and just keep my voice low. Getting information from him is fine and well, but this is White Lotus territory. This is our job. I don't think it would behoove us to involve. And I look back like over my shoulder, this foreigner in this.
He seems to know a lot of information about the things in which we are talking about. He knew your sword. We are at a dead end right now. We know a lot of names. We know a lot of mysterious things. This guy seems to have more answers than either of us do at the moment. I'm not saying that we should trust him. I'm just saying that it might be beneficial for us to get as much information from him as we can.
I would cautiously agree. All right.
I agree also. We're got no clue what the hell's going on. But before we leave,
He looks up to
I would like
you,
to that area.
Mikhail, and says, "Do you have the honor that you claim?"
And I turned to him now, since my back was to him at that point. I'm sorry? Can you repeat that, please?
Oh, I wouldn't be a smart like say, did I stutter? He just repeats the question.
I'm a Suari of the White Lotus. My honor is without question. So please, don't infer things like that about me again.
We shall see. He says, "Come with me." And he gets up, starts trying to walk away, and he undoes the put around him.
I want to look at him real quick and be like, "Sorry about your head."
Do you follow him or try to stop him?
Yeah, I want to do an insight on him. Just kind of,
Roll.
just trying to see if I can get an idea. 22.
He seems pretty honest. I mean, it's a little hard to read him just because you've never seen one of his kind before. But you can tell that there's a confidence in him that he has.
Okay. Yeah, I would follow him, but maybe a few paces back and just very cautiously, keeping an eye out for anything suspicious.
Okay. He goes out of the building. Everybody roll a perception roll.
I got a
8.
18, 3 plus. I mean, 18 plus 3.
I got a
Okay.
7.
Okay. Is it? Am I saying it right? Mavel?
Maviel.
Maviel. What did you get on a perception roll?
8.
Okay. Roland? You
Yes.
swear you saw somebody change their face, like down the road a little bit in the crowd. You could swear you saw somebody's face change by illusion.
I want to turn around and tell them we need to be very careful. I can swear that I just saw somebody magically change their faces, but I can't really tell where they're at because there's so many people around. Could I cast my Find Familiar, which is a raven, and then have it fly around so I could like scout that area where I saw the guy?
We'll say it's just been with you the whole time. Um, you send it up to fly. Okay, he moves you down the alleyway, and then he takes a step into another alley, and he starts moving down to the There's a manhole type set up in the ground, and he starts reaching down and pulling it up.
All right, I want to have my familiar come back, and then before they go, I'm gonna be like, "Hey guys, come here. So I
Okay.
was following him
You
around with
do
my.
see that it looks like somebody was trying to follow you with the raven. I'm gonna give you a hey. I look through my raven and see what it sees.
Okay. So yeah, I let him know that through the Raven, I saw the guy heading down that manhole, and something. He was definitely must have been like paying attention to us. So something's definitely going on.
Okay, he opens up the manhole and offers for you guys to go down. Anybody doing anything?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I would continue to follow him into the sewers.
Okay.
Yeah, I would look around first just to see if anyone is has our attention or yeah is looking at us.
You see three men step into the alleyway.
And they obviously see us. Could I right before I don't know if this is right, but this is good. But maybe right before, um, can I kind of I want to cast minor illusion, and before I jump into the manhole and kind of have it so that there's voices going around or maybe down for the alley or around a corner or something like that.
Okay, repeat that to me again, please.
Sorry. So I want to cast minor illusion right before I jump in down the manhole, just to kind of throw some voices further down, away from the men.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
you
then
all
I
get down in the manhole, and he pulls it
yeah
down behind him, and then he starts trying to push you. You know, says, "Hey, go down the tunnel." Strangely, it's dry. Um, After probably about 3 minutes of moving down the alleyway, you hear kind of a muffled explosion, and you can see that the manhole's been moved. You can tell by the light coming down.
We should move quickly.
yeah I would look to the dragon and do you know these friends of yours?
He says no, and he kind of looks up to you like, "What do you think? We should run or fight?"
So there was three of them that I saw in the alleyway.
Yep. When they come down, you start seeing lights coming on, like they have lights on them.
Can it,
Yeah, I would kind of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, can they see us yet or no?
That depends. Basically, you're in a position now. You're going to try to get out of there, or you're going to try to stay.
Um, I'm following everybody. I was just wondering if I could cast like a silent image to like run around the corner so they see that instead.
If you move down probably another 20 feet, you could do that. There's a split in the road there, or split in the
I'll do
tunnel.
that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And I wanted this silent image to look kind of like a small child, like a pretty much like a, a poor like an orphan or something.
Okay. Um, So you guys are going to keep moving?
Yes.
I'll be damned, you got lucky. The illusion seems to have... They follow it.
Guys,
That
it's
doesn't give
me.
you a lot of time either, still, but that does give you... They went the other direction.
I want to turn around and tell them, look, they're following my image, but we need to figure something out. So I'll let you guys decide.
I would look to the dragon and be like, how much farther?
Probably 500 yards.
Yeah, so I would say to the rest, we can make it if we hurry.
Okay. Everybody give me a dex roll just to see how good you do.
17 for McKilly. Machilly.
Sorry, is that stealth or dex?
Dex.
Okay.
I got a 23. 20 plus 3.
Okay.
14.
It's really just a roll to see if anybody winds up making enough noise to distract them before the illusion fades on them. Or they realize it's illusion. Okay, so you guys make it down the tunnel. He gets to a door, and you can tell he does like a little rune on the door, and it opens for him. He brings you into a room. It looks like there's 3 other of the Dragonborn sitting at a table in this room. And they kind of all stand up when you come in. And the Dragonborn tells you that these are his elders, and they're seer. And one of them you can tell is blind, and that's who you assume is the seer. He is white. With age, you can tell that at some point he probably was gold. There's a silver one that looks to be the actual leader. And they kind of usher you in and come sit down with us, speak. And then the Dragonborn with you says, we probably ought to get out of here. And they start ushering you down into the other rooms. Probably for about 30 minutes, they get you moving down through different paths. After so long, they come up in a house. And they say, we should be safe here. And they basically set you all down and ask how they can help.
Well, your companion here has told us a great deal of a coming war and some very, very disturbing things. And we, too, are investigating some things that may correlate with what you have been saying. We would just like to know, essentially, what you know and who you are. And we know that you are Kevri.
The one that's blind says, kind of motions at you, says, please, let me see your hand.
She would very cautiously go over and put her hand out for the seer to grab.
Okay. Now I want to take a pause here, take a little restroom break. Um, I just want to make sure with everybody. Are we good if it goes to about 11?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still 8 o'clock for me here, so it's
Yeah, I'm good over
early.
Well, I'll
here.
be honest with you. I could probably stretch it out farther. I just don't necessarily want to run all night, and I kind of wanted to see where you guys are all at with that.
Yeah. I was prepared. Just so you know, I'm prepared to go till midnight Eastern or a little bit later. I'm good. So you do you, Chuck.
Yeah, I'm off tomorrow, so it's all up to you guys. I'm having a great time though. I just feel bad because I suck at casting magic. I don't know what I'm doing.
What are
Nah,
you
actually, you're
talking
doing pretty
about?
good, man.
Your rolls are amazing.
uh,
Megan, how about
uh,
you?
Oh yeah, like I said, it's super early here, so
Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
Because that's kind of what I was trying to decide is how much, should I hurry things up or should I let it build a little more?
Oh man, go at the pace that you're comfortable at. Yeah. But you said
Okay, well, let's take a 10-minute break and then we'll get back to it.
cool. See you guys in a bit.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Hey, Chuck.
Chuck here.
Chuck you. There's a lot of activity over in the chat.
Did you see the picture Nate put up for me? It's supposed to be my logo.
What? Where do you put that?
In our mad
Oh,
conversation.
I gotta look at that.
He was saying we need some kind of iconic image for me since I don't use my camera.
Oh Lord, that's perfect. Oh, I missed that show.
That's a good show. I grew up on that show.
I know, same here, man. I used to sing
I think
that
that's part of
song.
that. In a way, I don't think it's given as much props as like Roseanne, and probably because Roseanne did have more serious moments. But both those shows were so much of that. Your family's not perfect; they're a bunch of weirdos. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Oh man, this is going great, man. I'm really enjoying this. I mean, I helped you make the setting, and this is freaking fantastic.
But now, do you see why I think it's almost better for me to do stuff like this?
Oh yeah, yeah, I could definitely see that. That's very good.
This is more
Love,
my medium.
yeah, this works out good for you. Hey, Jose's back.
Yeah, I'm having a blast, but at the beginning I was like lost. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
We were all like that, man. It's like we walked into like a crazy ass murder scene. I still want to know so bad what's up with the sword. Is it just like a red herring? Like, it's gonna
Yeah,
kill
the
me,
Well,
probably.
that's one of the things that clicked in my head. I like to hand out. I like the inspiration points, but there's times where it's maybe not the best idea to throw it out. You know what I mean? Like it may give away. But I think that's some of the stuff we'll discuss when it's over with, or at least me
Yeah.
and Sam will discuss later too.
All right. Then we got everyone back. Yep. Is everybody all ready then?
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. Um, Megan, I'm probably going to go to you. Do you have any specific questions for them, or what is it you're wanting to ask?
So is this after the seer kind of touches my hand?
Yeah, he touches you and he just kind of stares at you. He kind of nods
And I
and
kind of
he says, "You are the one."
and immediately I think Mavia would take her hand away and just kind of look at him, kind of shock and a bit of terror. And she's, what the hell was that?
Your destiny.
She would just shake her head like, no, that's ridiculous kind of thing. And she would look back to her kind of companions and see what they're doing.
Did you see something when he touched you?
Yeah, it was so bright, the light, and there was a sword, a sword with blood on it, and something something that looked like a phoenix. I don't know. These stupid visions, they just stop already and explain themselves.
On that we can agree.
At that moment, the seer looks over at you. Oh, daggone, I'm still having a problem with the names. Sam, Melik,
Makili.
Makili. He looks at you and goes, "Are you ready to set your anger aside, child?"
My anger.
And that's all he says to you.
Okay.
And then he takes a deep breath, and you can kind of tell he goes almost into a trance. And then he says, "For the magic to rise, the blade of light must bring about the rebirth of a phoenix." And then he kind of comes out of that trance.
So where can we find this Phoenix?
He says that they're all around you.
Are you talking about yourself?
No.
You're talking about those things that can disguise themselves? Those suits of armor?
No.
I think he might be referring to the Lightbringers or whatever they call themselves.
Oh. Children of the Light?
Bingo.
More like children of the darkness.
Okay. So I'm starting to understand why Dragonborn stay on your mountains for the most part. No one else can understand you. Look, I don't know about any prophecies that might be popping into your head. Divination magic is not my specialty. And I don't care about it. Me and my team have one job. Find out what's happening. If it's bad, stop it. That's my only goal. So far, the clues have led us towards uh, the someone doing something with the wild magic users down in the lower parts of the town of the city. You also mentioned Children of the Light. Did they have anything to do with that?
We think so.
All right, that's a connection I can use. That's not so
At
bad.
that moment, you start hearing the sound of tearing metal, but it sounds like it's so far away from you, like, down in the tunnels more.
Huh. It
If you were to
sounds like
fathom a guess, it was one of the doors that were ripped off its hinges.
I see. That is foreboding. I look around for a bit. We're inside a house, right?
Yes, but you can hear that coming up from where you come up in the house. You can hear that sound come up from there.
I look over to Maviel. Strategically, this is probably the best position we could be in. They have to come through that door. Regardless of how many there are, we can just They have that once they come through the door, we just attack full force. All right.
At least barricade the good door. Give us a few minutes.
Okay. Is there anything to barricade the door with?
I mean, there's some furniture you could barricade over top of it.
Yeah, yeah. So like I'll move like an entire like with Roland's help. I'll just move like an entire bookcase in front of it, like on top of it.
I'll give you a hand.
Okay. So, and I'm just kind of like thinking to myself, like just reciting like the armor's thick, but they're just people inside. They're just men. They can't stand up to us. And I look up to the Dragonborn. Can any of you fight?
They say all but the seer can.
All right. Now we have numbers and surprise. This is a winnable battle. All right.
Okay. After a little bit, you hear something try to move that grate, and then it has a hard time. Then you kind of hear it stop. You have a few minutes before anything else happens. Are you going to do anything?
Can I stuff?
I'm sorry?
Can I stuff?
I'm sorry, I'm still misunderstanding what you're saying. Can you what?
Can I stuff?
Stuff?
Yeah, stuff.
What do you mean by that?
Go invisible, hide.
Oh,
Yeah, you got a
stealth.
chance to do that.
Oh, stealth.
Stealth, yeah, you can do that.
And actually, before I do that, I want to use my what the hell is that? Minor illusion, and where the sound is coming from, I want to cast like the image of a rat or something, so that way that's the first thing they see.
You actually have to see down there to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. I'll just go hide.
You could do it before because you set the illusion off and set it off to go down the tunnel. But because you can't see down there to set it, for all you know, you might set it right in the wall.
Yeah, I don't want to take the chance that I go down there and get caught, so I'll say stealth.
Okay, roll your stealth.
Alright, 25, 16 plus 9.
Yeah, you're invisible. Or not stealth, I mean.
Alright, and I'll just like go to a corner and just wait to see what happens.
Okay, you see that manhole raise about a foot in the air, and then the dresser does too, and then it drops back down.
I take a stance and I ready an action. The moment that one of those things busts through, I'm going to strike it full force. Flame and everything.
Okay. Trying to think of how it would. You know what? Hey, Megan.
Yeah.
This is a mechanical golem, basically. Can you describe to me what it looks like when it comes up out of the floor?
Mechanical golem. So essentially, I imagine this thing with a bunch of gears, like similar to the ones found in the armor, except bigger and kind of thicker. I imagine it's probably a bigger, thicker version of the armor that these people have been wearing, except in the eye holes where this helm it glows white, and I think through each of the cracks in where the armor is kind of put fused together or kind of clipped together, it also like kind of glows in this white. And it's scary and big.
Okay. It basically comes bursting up through, crushing the desk up into the ceiling, and you can take your shot at it.
All right. First attack is a 23.
Hits.
Sweet. You want me to roll the second attack or just roll damage first?
You're gonna have to hit me both times, so go ahead and roll your second attack.
All
And I'll
right.
tell you right now, I half any of your physical damage.
Okay. Well, what about the fire from the sword?
The sword is
magic.
not considered physical.
Okay, cool. Well, my second one probably misses. It's only 11. So I'm going to need my first one hit. Where's my D10? There it is. So on it pops up, it blows the desk, the cabinet just explodes on the ceiling. And I barely have time to realize what this thing is. But I just take my step, I just rush in, draw, slash across there's just a streak of flame across its torso. It's 2 sword damage and 6 fire damage. So
Okay.
the 2 sword would be dropped to 1.
Now let's go ahead and do initiative.
Woo! I got an 11.
12.
13.
Haha, I won.
Oh no.
Sorry. Sam, your AC is 16, right? Oh shit.
Yes.
Sam, hold on a second.
Oh no. That doesn't sound good.
Can you see me in my camera? Oh, look at that. Hi, Sam.
Oh Lord. I hope you're gonna aim it at a 1.
Damn it. Is it working? Can you see that?
Oh, damn it. Yeah, I see it. Oh, this is going to hurt. All right, bring it on, big guy.
You take 8 for the first hit. Oh, you got somewhat lucky on the second one. 14 for the second hit.
Oh, shit. So 8 plus 14, that's a total of 22.
Yep. And then it's Roland's turn.
That's rough.
Quick dumb question. How does the sneak attack work? Because I know it says 3d6, but that's all I know.
You roll your attack with advantage.
Okay.
So go ahead and do that.
17.
Okay, that's a hit. Now you roll whatever weapon damage you do, plus the 3d6, if that's what the number is. I think that's what it is, but I'm not going to swear I'm right.
Okay. So, 1 second. I'm messing around with this dice roller. Alright, I got a 7, and I have my attack bonus to that, right?
Yes, and then you
Okay.
add the 3d6 too.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Let me put everything together real quick because I think 'cause there's all
It's all right,
kinds
man.
of
It takes a
numbers.
little while to get used to it.
All right, so that's a total of 28.
Ooh, okay. So I half that. So
And I had a question.
sure.
Uh, can I like send my familiar to somebody, or that's not a bonus action?
What do you want it to do?
Like help somebody?
Um, right now, sometimes it can help you distract people to get that backstab, but right now you don't really need it. It's probably better just to keep it out of combat.
Okay. All right, well, that's it for me.
Okay, Megan, your turn.
Now she's going to point her finger at kind of the entrance where they're coming from, and a huge fireball erupts from her hand.
Roll that damage.
Um, you have to do a dex save.
Yeah, I was about to ask what's your spell resistance
Uh, my spell save
or
DC
not
is 14.
resistance. 14. Okay.
Yeah.
Like there, now the golem failed. He rolled a 2.
Okay, so that's 21 fire damage.
Ooh, that hurts.
Yeah, and I think this is probably an appropriate time to roll using that mechanic.
Okay.
Do I do that
Do
now,
you have the
or
chart in front of you, or do you want me to look it up?
I can look it up? I'm gonna look it up really quickly because I'm prepared. Not really, but I have Google, so
Well, I'm actually almost right there.
oh,
Yeah, here it is. Go ahead and just roll your
my
percentile.
percentile. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
That's a 3.
Huh. You at this point notice that it looks like to the sides of the golem there are 2 invisible beings. They're now outlined in fairy fire. And know that it's not the exact what the roll is, but it's close. I actually gave a bonus to it.
Okay. Cool.
And now it's the Dragonborn. He misses. He hits. Okay. The 3 Dragonborn step up around Michaelic and start trying to fight it. They get a few hits on it. And then one of them you start seeing just start laughing. Drop his sword and just laughing. And then it's back to the golem. Okay. Jose, I got. Would you like to try to describe this golem tearing one of the dragon men in half?
Jesus, man. So one of the Dragonborn is slashing at it, and while it's laughing, it just rests the sword by with the two hands and just comes right across, and blood just goes everywhere. And he just like slowly falls, half of him, and just falls on the ground.
Okay. And then Roland, it's your turn. Now you now see these two guys behind the goal or to the sides of the golem too now. But because nobody else has engaged them, you're not going to be able to backstab them.
But I can still attack him, right?
Yes, you can do a regular attack, but you can't do a backstab.
Okay. I want to shoot my bow on whoever's on the left of the golem.
Okay, make an attack roll. You have advantage.
All right. 15 plus 4. That's 19.
That hits.
I got damage is 4 plus 6, so that's a 10.
Okay.
Oh, and that's the end of my turn right there.
Yep. Megan, it's your turn.
Okay, and so Mabiel is going to let out another, sorry, not another, but she's going to let out a magic missile using a third level spell. So, or yeah, third level spell slot.
Okay.
So 1, 2, do that. So that is going to hit for 18 force damage.
And you're hitting the golem?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, let me do a little math real quick. Okay. Sam, it's your turn.
All right. So Makili, after getting just getting slammed by this automaton, just gets his wind back into his lungs finally. And I'm gonna say that's me using my second wind as a bonus action to regain some hit points because I am not doing great. Nice. That is 13 back to me. All right. All right. And my eyes are going to change colors from the regular elven eyes to they're just going to start crackling this clear, crystal clear blue color, and my sword is out, and I just run. My sword is on fire. Just run my hand across my blade, and the burn mark and the blood begin to like ooze out of it and spin into a ball that ignites into white hot flame. And this is me casting chromatic ball, and I'm just gonna chuck it at this guy. Just and that's an attack roll on my end.
Roll it.
Woo! Not a 20, but close. 18 plus 5.
It's a hit.
All right. That is 3d8s. I should have grabbed my dice first. There we go. that is a 12 damage to it. Yeah, fire damage. I also, at the end of that, my eyes are still crackling, a white light, and I'm going to shout to them, focus on the two creatures at its side. I'll hold it off. And I'm going to use my action surge to rush it and get 2 more attacks at, melee attacks at it with my flaming sword.
Bring it on.
Alright, get my 2 attacks. Woo! Alright, so the first one was a 18, and the second is a 22.
Both hit.
Woohoo! Yes. So nice. All right. So that's 4, 5. So that's 8 sword damage, which is reduced to 4 for you, and that was 9 plus, and 15 fire damage, and it's just me just going in, slash, and then wah! Full slash down, straight down the 2 cross intersecting lines of his chest. Oh, its chest, I should say.
Okay. It does look like you've done some damage to it. It is not functioning at its highest level.
Fantastic.
Because of that, Sam, make a whiz save.
Wisdom, you say?
Yep, 14.
14. Oh, thank God. I roll. Oh, shit. You said save, huh?
Yep.
All right. That's a 13 with no modifier.
You start dancing.
Oh, man. I don't get that ability yet.
Well, really, it's just I haven't thought of a better what their power would be, but they should have some kind of power that they can. And I love that spell, so I'm doing it to you.
McKeely's feet just start moving. I'm like, no! What is this?
Okay, Roland, one of the one that you shot starts running at you. It gets up to you and makes 2 swings. Misses on the second one, but does hit on the first one.
I imagine that towards me.
It does 7 points of damage.
Can I, as a reaction, use Uncanny Dodge?
Yes, you can.
Alright, so I take half of that.
And then they get to go. I almost hate to do this, but one of the dragon men drops the golem. Sam, do you want to say what it looks like?
Yes. So after McKeely starts to dance and just staring at the golem, thinking that it's going to cut him down any minute now, one of the dragonborns, being nearly the same size as this giant mechanical machine item, just comes up and wraps his big scaled arm across its robot neck, and just plunges this huge, what would be a 2-handed sword for any man. Just wields it one-handed and plunges it straight down into that X that I carved into its chest plate, and just and twists it and just tears it out. There's sparks and oil, black goo coming out of it as it just like falls to the ground and stops moving.
Okay. And then it's back to Roland.
All right. The guy who just hit me, I want to stab him in the chest with my rapier.
Roll it.
15.
I'm sorry.
15.
That hits. Should be 1d8 plus your dex modifier.
11 damage.
Okay.
And then I would like to, as a bonus action, to like dash back, get away from them.
Okay.
Alright.
So take a disengage and okay, yeah, you can do that.
Alright. And that's it.
Megan, it's your turn.
So how many are left?
As of right now, you just see the two with the fairy fire around them. Nothing else has come out of the hole yet.
Okay. So she's gonna cast magic missile again, just at a first level spell, doing 8 damage, just to one
Which
of
one are you
the.
going for? The one on the left or the right? The one going for Roland or the one that's technically going to be going for the samurai?
The one going for Roland.
Okay, that one drops.
Excellent.
And then it's Sam's turn.
You have to make another wisdom save.
Yes, you do.
Oh, come on.
Ha 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 ha.
Damn you, fiend! Someone stop him! I rolled a 3.
Ha
I'm
ha.
good. I can't take any actions, right?
Nope. You can do nothing, sir.
All right.
Okay. The one that's left, you see smoke start pouring out of its hands. And the whole area starts getting obscured. Roland, you're the next one to act. Do you want to try to do something? Jose?
Can I cast sleep while we're fighting or not?
Cast sleep while you're fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that was 5d6, I believe. It's 17.
Did you roll all your dice? Remember, you got to roll them all and add it together.
Yeah. I'm using the dice roller.
Okay, what was your total?
17.
Believe it or not, that's good enough. And kind of stops. And you basically see the suit standing there.
And as a bonus action, can I hide?
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and be nice and tell you that there's no need to.
Okay, well, alright. Well,
Megan, since you didn't get a drop anybody. If you'd like to look down in the tunnel, you can describe what it looks like down there because you wiped a couple of them out.
I did. Didn't I drop someone with my magic missile? The fairy fire?
Did you? Oh
Going
yeah, you did
after.
drop that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm just telling you, you killed 2 of them down in the tunnel outright.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I can just imagine that I just cast another fireball and
Charred
roll
suits.
again. Roll again on the chart.
Oh, roll again. Okay,
Yeah.
tell me what it is.
48.
48.
Uh-oh.
How to make this work? Okay. The all of a sudden, there's just this unicorn standing in the room with you guys.
Are we on drugs?
Once Macaulay stops dancing. Damn your
Actually,
wild
I'm going to say
magic.
it touches your head,
Okay,
and then you stop dancing.
nice. I was about to say damn your wild magic, but it saved me. Uh, your magic is strange. I don't like it. He's just very tired. He's got no words.
Well, I don't like your dancing, so I guess we're even now.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Matter of fact, that's a inspiration point for that. That was so good.
damn.
It's been quite the adventure. That's all I can say.
Um. So currently, there's a the invisible creatures are not invisible anymore, right?
No, they look like the suits that you found earlier.
Damn. What were those damn suits? If
Okay.
I go on.
One of the Dragonborn died. Like, how many are left, and is the seer still alive?
Well, there's the seer. Roll and see which one died. I guess see if the leader died. Okay, no, he didn't. And then 2 others. The one that found you, and then the other one that was with them. So 4 of them.
Gotcha. Maybe we should get them to help us, like, question or interrogate this guy or something, since they know.
Right, there's no one to interrogate, right? All the bad guys are dead.
One of them's asleep.
Oh, okay, I missed that one. Yeah. Alright then. Yeah, get your trusty rope again. Yeah, definitely.
Alright, I'll see if I can get one of the Dragonborns to help me, like, tie him up, just in case.
Okay, you tie him up.
And just, like, drag him to a table and see what happens.
Well, he's going to be asleep until you let the spell off, or you wait the minute for it to go up.
Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'll back away some and then drop the concentration.
Okay. He starts coming awake, a little sluggish at first. Um, Son of a bitch. What should have been an easy thing for him to break the rope, somehow he can't break it for some reason. I literally rolled a 2 for him breaking the rope.
It's no use struggling. You're surrounded now. All your friends are dead. Your giant machine is dismantled. It's just you. And 6 of us. So you best play along.
Everybody make a dex save.
Damn it. 10.
23.
Megan saves.
I got a 5.
You fail.
I don't want to die.
"17 points of damage."
Holy shit.
Megan, of course, gets half.
I can never remember if it's rounded down or rounded up
I just go rounded down.
for damage. Okay.
What just hit us?
What do you think just hit you? What happened last time you tried to dick with one of these guys?
He broke through the ropes and hit us? Or did he melt down and blow up?
He exploded. The
Ah,
system melted down.
damn.
They have a kill switch, basically.
Ugh. It's just me. I'm not even getting up. I'm in the corner. I'm bleeding heavily. There's like bits of shrapnel in me. One of them barely missed hitting my carotid artery. I'm just, he's just taking a minute. Tired of these things blowing up.
Yeah, I'm in the corner, like, really hurt, like, coughing blood up. I'm, like, really hurt. Just there, catching a breath.
uh,
The Dragonborn tell you that you probably should get out of here. They'll try to clean this mess up.
yeah. Oh, I just lift
They've told
myself
you all
up.
they really can, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. Achilles just lifts themselves up. Oh, I need to find a place where I can patch up. I think Roland does too.
Yeah, I grab, like, the side of the table and just slowly get up and kind of, like, limping some.
We're in the lower parts of the city, right? Like the poorer parts.
I'm sorry?
Are we in the poorer parts of the city? Since we were
You're
near
down by the dock still, technically.
All right. It's like, well, Captain, you know your way around here, right?
Yes, let's get out of here and regroup and talk about what next.
Great.
And as she walks by, she just like kicks whatever left of the armor, just like angry, just kicks it and keeps on walking.
I'm gonna assume at this point you want to lay low until you meet with. Crap! Now I forgot her name. Where'd I write it? Where's my notebook?
Sarah.
Yeah,
Sahar. Yeah.
If that's the case, can we say we took a short rest?
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm at 8 hit points.
I'm at 7.
Oh man. Someone I've never taken a short rest before in a game. How do I use hit dice?
You roll your hit dice. Oh, I can't remember if your Constitution counts in or not. Megan, do you know?
Nope. You just should have your hit dice.
Straight hit dice.
However many you have. Yeah, and then it's just a straight roll, and you can use however many you want, or out of how many you have.
Oh yeah, I'm using all of them. Fantastic.
Roland, what you can do is roll your hit dice to heal. You have 5 of them, and they're D8.
Oh shit. Okay, I thought it was only one.
Now you can do up to 5. You could do one if you want, but you can do up to 5 of them.
I'll do 5. I don't want to die.
And just to try to cap me off, I am going to take one of those healing potions I have.
Yeah, definitely a lot better.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. So, yeah, it's just McKinley spent like a full hour basically like wrapping his wounds up and just chugging this, taking drafts out of this healing potion he's been saving for a couple weeks now for a rainy day like today. And since we are in a short rest, I'm just gonna throw this question out there. What do you guys think we're gonna do here? This is nuts. So far, that's what is it now? 10 enemies.
Well, let's do a recap of what everyone knows, so we can put everything out on the table and maybe make heads or tails of this craziness.
All right. So yeah, so far, we know that they're rounding up and using up all the wild mages for something that we don't know yet. We got proof of that for a fact. We have strong insinuations that it's the Children of the Light that are doing the rounding up. And if we make that connection, that would mean that they're also the ones that are sending these assailants at us, these mechanical things that seem to be able to replicate anyone.
And they seem to have, had it out for us right from the start.
Yeah, so I'm guessing communication's probably pretty strong with them.
Maybe even within the White Lotus.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, things like this don't happen out of nowhere.
Well, if they can copy anyone's visage then they could have replaced anyone then, right? Do you think that's probably what they were trying to do with the boy at the shop? And it just went
Maybe,
wrong?
and maybe something went wrong. Yeah.
Okay. That's a much bigger deal. All right.
That's crazy. We can't trust anyone.
No, we can't. Roland, you said you spotted someone just changing face in the middle of the crowd, right?
Yes.
That means they're just walking among us right in the middle of the city.
Yeah, it can pretty much be anywhere, and this is a really big city, so
Damn it.
definitely gotta keep low.
That means the only lead we have, I mean, until we see your associate, is the Children of the Light. That, and they're an organization. They have a place. They have a location. So, and I would take it that that's probably the heart of it. But I think we probably need more information. But now that I think about it, can we trust your associate?
That's just exactly it. We haven't seen her for a while, even if she was who she said she was before. Who's to say they haven't gotten to her?
So we need a test.
Something. Kind of meta-y. Did we notice if they bled people?
It's darker. It looks corrupted.
Okay. So I do
Okay.
believe.
So yeah, she would say that, and she would say, maybe we should just to be sure, we should make sure that everyone here is who they say they are.
Now, I'm just going to throw this out here. None of you are, but if you ever play with me again, don't think that that's not a possibility for me to do something like that.
McKinley looks at you after saying that and just looks at the pint of blood on the ground. That looks red to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think from maybe the cuts and the wounds, everyone can tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we pretty much almost died in here, so if we had something against each other, I'm pretty sure one of us would have snuffed the other one out by now.
Oh, definitely.
Mm.
All right then.
Another option is to play them at their own game. What if we infiltrated, where they go, the center for the Child of the Light, disguised as people from the community?
That's also an option.
I'm just
Unless
throwing
anyone
this out
else
right
is.
now. Mr. Samurai Guy would not like to look like a low-end peasant.
That's a good point. I was just thinking about that too.
So he will probably not be able to do that.
I could always use my disguise kit on him and make him look like one of the people we killed, maybe.
Yeah. Let's put that on the back burner. Let's test your friend and see what she has to say. Hopefully we don't have to take that route.
Yes, that's a good idea. Hopefully, she can give us some information. If she's real.
Okay, you want to
I
go
need
ahead
a
and...
second. My roommate was knocking on my door.
I'm sorry?
I need a second. My roommate just knocked on my door.
Okay. Do you two want to go ahead and skip to meeting her?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. When you get to the guild hall, you see that she's already waiting on you. She kind of grabs your hand and says, "Please come with me."
Is the guild hall crowded?
Yes, she's taking you upstairs. She takes you up to the top level and goes into this room. And when you come into the room, you can see that there's runes on the ground. And she says, "This room is warded."
Before we go into the room, I would kind of pull her back and just say, I don't know if you know this or not, but we can't exactly trust everyone to be who they say they are. Would you just let us check just to make sure?
She shakes her head, yes.
Yeah, and so Mavia would take a small dagger and just kind of little nick on her arm or something, just to look at the blood.
It looks normal.
Yeah, and she would give the nod to McKeely and Roland, just nod, and then follow her in.
Once you're all in the room, she says, "I followed some of the where the orders are coming from, and they're coming from the Shogun's office."
I'm sorry. Did you say the Shogun's office?
Yes.
So that would imply that the highest official of the land is involved in this.
Yes.
For the first time today, Achilles sits down and just.
So it looks like we're screwed.
I mean, what are we to do? The whole city is run by the Shogun.
I mean, unless it isn't.
I mean,
It isn't the Shogun.
it isn't the Shogun, but everyone thinks it's the Shogun. And it's not like we can just go up to him and be like, "Can you please do this test for us?" No. This problem is deep. This is. They've rooted themselves. The humans have rooted themselves very deeply into our society. They they even seem to have replaced our officials. I see no other way than to try to cut out this thing's heart. Just need to find it. Chuck, is there a place like that we know about that where the children of the light meet?
Yes, you can find one.
That's the thing. I don't want
Is
just
there
one. Go on. Go on.
is there like a sorry? Is there like a figurehead or kind of a person that is the voice of the Children of the Light?
Um, for sake of speed, instead of making the thief go out and question people, we'll say that yeah, there's a gentleman that would be the one that tends to give the best speeches. You know, kind of like their preacher.
Okay.
And I would ask her my associate, do you know anything about this man?
She's heard of him. She hasn't really had a lot of dealing with the children of the light herself. But she does know that he's supposed to be doing a speech in a square not too long from now.
Okay. That's useful. If he's involved and he looks like what they look like, we can expose him.
How? There's going to he's going to be heavily guarded, and there's going to be a crowd of people. If we go about this the wrong way, we may end up looking like the villains.
What we look like
Okay.
doesn't matter. The issue is that we need to resolve, is what we need to resolve. Whether we look like villains or monsters at the end, that's inconsequential. Our job is to stop the evil from infecting our city. These, these are humans come into our city and trying to take over. We can't stand for that.
No, of course not. But I feel like this is kind of like, uh, we cut off one head, but one grows back if we don't do it the right way. That's what I am saying.
Yeah. Yes, the Hydra problem. All right. When we attack these things, they change. They drop their illusion. If we can make them drop their illusion in front of the crowd of people, the face of the children of the light will be exposed, and that'll open everyone's eyes. And there might be a lot of violence afterwards, but at least everyone won't be on even footing then. Well, more even than now.
Yeah.
So how do we approach it? That's the question.
Well, he's got to give a speech. He's going to be out in the open, but he's got to prepare somewhere, right? The thing is, if he doesn't transform and we attack him, it's the same thing as what you were saying, Captain. So we need to force him to transform, to drop his illusion.
Okay. About this time, you see Mikhail start jerking, and you can see magic energy from the circle and the sword jolt into him.
You mean me, Makili?
Yes.
Oh.
Now, hold on just a second. You're going to get a message.
Ah.
Come on. Facebook's being slow on me.
No worries. I haven't received the
This is the
secret note
one
in
thing I
ages.
don't like about playing online is it's harder to do this kind of communication. And there's a part of me that I still stick to this day. I think it's more fun for not everybody to just know everything that's going on.
I hear you.
I know the argument of we're telling a story and come on, now what is it doing? There we go. Oh, where's Sammy at?
I just want you guys to know this problem is killing me.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I want to attack the problem so bad.
Megan and Roland, do me a favor and roll a perception.
I got a 5.
I got a 13 with inspiration.
I forgot all about
Okay.
inspiration.
You want to use one here?
Sure.
Roll it again, please.
7.
Oh my god. Damn it. Hold on. Let me roll for her. See what. Aha. Somebody noticed it. She reaches over and grabs your sleeve, Megan, and points to where the sword was on Sam. And you can see that the pommel of it is actually white right now. Sam, you kind of come out of it.
Okay. And I look down to the sword, seeing as the only new thing that I've acquired lately. It needs me to cleanse it. It spoke to me. And this thing was completely black before, right?
It's back to black now.
Oh, okay.
That's why it was so important somebody notice it, because you wasn't going to notice it.
Yeah, fair. Huh.
What do you mean cleanse it?
That's a good question. I tried to ask it, but I snapped out of it before it could answer me. Didn't who has was it you or the Dragonborn had a vision of a bloody sword piercing something?
Yes, I did with the Pheonix rising.
Like the blade of light must bring rebirth for the Pheonix.
You think maybe this guy that we want to kill is the Pheonix?
I don't know. I was terrible in divinations class. This is not my specialty. Uh, but whatever it is, I think I have to do it with this sword.
Perhaps. I don't know. No.
I only remember that first half of that vision. He said, saying the blade of light piercing. What was the thing after that? Say something.
All
You
I
asking me or Megan?
I'm asking Megan's character. Yeah, maybe. But if you'll tell me, that'd be great.
So the sword, it had blood on it, and there was a phoenix rising, but it was so bright. It was just, I could hardly make it out because of the light. And then there was the vision before, with the sword, when I touched it. There was another one. There was, the sword stabbed someone. I couldn't see them, but there was fire surrounding them.
Hmm. Okay. I think we're on the right track. I think our plan to did we ever name this leader guy?
They just call him the voice.
Ah, I think our plan to to, to strike the voice is what we're supposed to do.
I agree.
Roland, are you with us?
Till the end.
All right then. I still actually out of character, guys. I still don't even know if I could touch the sword. So this will be fun.
You haven't tried.
I'm gonna. My hand is gauntleted. I'm gonna touch the hilt like this. Since they saw the hilt, I'm guessing it's not wrapped up right now. Can I touch it?
Okay, hold on a second.
I'm gonna die. Carry on without me.
Tell me when you get that, Sam.
Yeah, I just got it. Huh. That's the second time I've heard this today. Hmm. It's a one-way thing, right? I can't talk back to it.
No.
All right, that's what I figured. McKinley is kind of struck. He touches it, and he's literally he goes taut. Like all the muscles in his body are just rigid. And he doesn't breathe for what seems like an eternity, but he takes a breath again after a few seconds. That's an unpleasant sensation. He looks up to Maviel, his captain, and his his face is strained. This is a very desperate situation we're in, Captain. I've been part of this team for a long time, as of you, and we haven't seen eye to eye at all. Uh, I believe I've made it clear why. It's not easy for me to accept someone like you. But when you get down to it, you've proven yourself time and time again. I just want to say I'm sorry for how I've treated you over the years.
I think at this, Maviel would kind of take a step back, and I think instinctively almost her hand would go like to her dagger, just like what is happening here? And she's just like kind of squints at you, very untrusting, because I think that we've had a past where, based on what you've done, what you've said, how you've treated me, this is probably something that I have never, even in a million years, thought I would ever hear. Maybe eventually, whatever, but never an apology. And I would kind of look, and then I would kind of look to the sword, and I said, what did you see? What's going on?
He may be reading. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to say, before he says anything, I want to pinch his face and make sure that this ain't a dream.
You're pinching my face? My character's face?
Yeah.
I would just bat you away. I'm fine.
Okay, so at that
I'm a
dream,
warrior. Do not pinch my face. No, just the sword and the damn dragon man. They've said things about letting go of my anger. And truth be told, over the years, I stopped hating you for being a half elf, and I just hated you for having the position I wanted. Uh, the sword has helped me understand that, and for that, that's unbecoming of a warrior. I'm sorry. It won't happen, assuming we live after today.
Mavio would just kind of look at you, very much at a loss for words of what to say. I don't think in her life she has ever heard something kind. She's always had to fight. She's always had to argue to prove her existence. And so, looking you in the eye, she would just give you a nod. But that is the best, and that is the best thing she can do as an acceptance for your apology. But just as quickly, she would look away, unable, very uncomfortable with you know, having this form of camaraderie. And then she would look to Roland and just All right. Shall we go?
One last thing. The blade also told me that you must be the second. So your hand has to be on the blade when it strikes the target.
She would nod.
All right. Let's get to work then.
Let's kill the voice.
Well, let's see what happens.
And before we leave, actually, Roland, you know that drink you always keep offering me before we go on missions?
Yeah.
I think I'll have some now.
Alright, give me a second. You just see me like pull my bag up and just rummage through it, flipping through all kinds of crap. Here you go.
Yeah, and he passes it to the captain.
And she takes a hearty swig and hands it back to Roland.
Well, here we go.
All right.
Okay, you guys are going to head out and find the voice?
Yep.
Sir.
Okay, you guys... Probably takes you about 30 minutes to find where it was supposed to be, and when you get there, you see a crowd everywhere. It's packed. And you actually see the voice speaking. He's a blonde man, wearing golden robes.
So he's already outside?
Yes.
Does he have protection around him?
There's people up on the platform with him, but it doesn't look like he has any real guards to him.
Yeah, but he can disguise. They can disguise themselves, so that's an issue.
That is true. Would I do something like that?
No, Chuck. Okay, so a crowd of people. Go on, sorry.
I was gonna say, I kind of have an idea. If I could get close enough to cast prestidigitation, I can make it look like he pissed his robe. Make it a commotion or something.
Actually, I think that's worth of
Yeah,
inspiration point. That's a brilliant idea.
Mhm.
that's actually fantastic. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you make a distraction, then
Yeah. Cause him maybe to get away from the crowd. Yeah, that's awesome.
So, how do we want to approach this? Because I can go to a section and do that. Are you guys gonna like follow him, or maybe station somewhere else?
Captain, what do you think?
Well, I'm thinking that since they know they have followed us so closely, they already know who we are. So, but to get anywhere close to them, I would cast disguise self on myself
Okay.
to look like probably just like a commoner, like someone else, like an elf, but just with a different face, different body, less armored, less weapons, just like a common person, maybe a merchant or something.
Okay. Uh, this will work then. If you distract and you hide, I'll be the secondary distraction. I'll stay the way I am. They'll undoubtedly notice me, think that I'm the only attacker, and then you'll be the surprise then, Captain.
Sounds good.
Okay then.
Alright,
It's a great plan.
before I go in there and I cast a spell on the guy, can I disguise myself with my disguise kit?
Yes.
I just want to look like a different elf with like ropes instead of, leather armor.
Okay. So you're gonna let the illusion off first, right?
Yes.
It goes off. You can kind of see his reaction. And then he kind of turns his head and says, "There, somebody's here." You two, basically, what do you want to try to do?
If he's not moving
I'll
from the
put you whatever
stage,
position you want to be.
I was just say, I'm
What
sorry,
now?
I'm sorry I interrupted you. I said if he's not going to move from the stage, if he just says like someone's here, I'm going to present myself. I'll start to walk up one of the staircases that lead up to the stage. He's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm here to expose your evil, your wicked, corrupted self.
Okay. Megan, do you want to try to get up on the stage like from the other side or something while he's distracting him?
Yeah,
Or you
while
want to
he's
just be
being
down in front?
distracted, I think that I would try to kind of sneak up and flank him and try to hit him or stab him with this sort of thing.
Okay, you're gonna try to hit him with the black sword.
Mm-hmm. Just
Okay,
stab him right through.
make an attack roll.
Ooh. So is this just like a I use strength, right? I don't have a weapon, so
Pick either Dex or Strength, whichever one you're higher with.
okay. Um, that's a 12.
Any chance you'd get advantage since I'm distracting?
Can I? I'm gonna.
Yeah, go ahead
I'm
and take
gonna use.
advantage.
Okay. Okay, good. That's a 23.
That hits.
I would have sucked.
Oh.
Okay, it pierces his chest.
All right. What
And
happens?
you see kind of it go through him, and he screams, and then he looks dead in the eye, Sam, and goes, "Fool, you brought me what I wanted." And you could tell there's like an energy build up between him and the sword, like it's pulling energy off the sword.
I would I would just be screaming like no, uh, and just honestly, I would just try to decapitate him, as like kill him before he
Okay.
could suck any more energy out of it. I don't know if I would have a chance to try though.
I'm gonna I want you to think back about everything that they've been telling you. Look real close at some of what I said in the last text.
Yeah, she said she had to be the second. Okay. You said the sword went right through him.
Yep.
All right. Can I grab the front of the sword?
Yes.
All right, do it. And
Tell them
actually,
how you do it.
there's a moment of hesitation. I grab it. I just like, and blood starts to come out of my hands as I just like I grip it with all I can. And if it looks like nothing's about to happen, does any change happen in the immediate?
Yeah, the
Because
where you touch it goes white.
okay, uh, because there was a specific word, and I think I know what I have to do. Yeah, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. So I grip it and I look, and I'm not even looking at the voice. I'm looking back at the captain, and I just look at her. Don't take any shit from people like me, and I just bury it into my chest, right through my heart.
Navia would just
Okay.
scream like, "No!"
The blade goes white. And then you see the voice kind of like get a well, Sam, as you're still functioning somewhat, you see the voice look at you, and in your head you can hear the sword tell you, "Well, you've killed a god today." And then you kind of burst into flames and fall into the ground in ashes. The voice falls over dying. And at this point, you see beams of light, Megan, your character specifically notices it, going up all across the city. And they start converging on you. Um, you could just feel the magic coursing through you as those beams hit you. It's more magic. And you realize you're connected to all the chaos mages in the city. And then you just almost like you don't control it, but you turn and look up to the top of the city at the statue of the Pheonix at the top of it. And you can feel the magic wanting to leap that direction. Do you allow it?
Yeah, absolutely, she would.
Okay. And about this time, you start hearing in the crowd that there's ships coming into the harbor. And people start panicking. And that beam hits the Pheonix at the top of the mountain. And you begin to see an outline and energy. And then the stone starts falling off. And under it is a Pheonix.
Nice.
It then erects a barrier. As about the ships out in the harbor start firing at it. Now, technically, this is the end because you guys aren't here to fight this battle because, well, it's much bigger. Megan, your character is now a god. You are the awakened form of the god of magic. Sam, we'll talk about what you are later.
I'm dead. I'm just dead. That's it.
No, you're the Pheonix. You're not you anymore, but you're now the Pheonix, the guardian of this city. Unless you have a better way to go with it.
No, that's fantastic. I was just trying to make a joke before. That's fantastic.
How do you guys feel about the resolution?
Oh man, I did not see that coming. That was trippy, man.
That was so awesome.
He sent me a text, and I should have said it before, but like it literally said, "You need a clean sacrifice." And I'm
That
like,
said, you must be a clean
yeah,
sacrifice.
yeah, you must be a clean sacrifice. And when I read, I'm like, I'm gonna have to die today. All right. Like,
Remember, you said you wanted to die.
no, I totally didn't. I just didn't think I was gonna have to do it myself. Just like,
Yeah, but think about it. You're now a hero that goes down and
oh man, that was fantastic. Uh, what do you say? Since it's kind of late, what do you say we say our goodbyes and we talk about it after we're off air?
okay, that's good.
Yeah. You want me to start? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like feedback. You know what you liked, what you didn't like,
Oh yeah, yeah,
things you think I
definitely.
could work on.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you that later. But no. So yeah, again, my name is Samuel Torna. I am 1/4 of Mad Games. We're just starting to put out more and more stuff, so look forward to some of our products. This was part of our setting right here. That is still without a proper name. We're working on that part. Uh, Chuck, this was fantastic. I love I love where you took this. Um, definitely a plus was the way you weaved the the prophecies in together. I don't know if you planned that before, if you improv that, but that was it's definitely a skill that I have yet to master that I'm
A
jealous
little
of.
bit of both.
Yeah, that's something I'm definitely jealous of. So yeah, good job, man. That was fun. Jose, you want to go next?
Yeah, my name's Jose Soto, and I had a freaking blast. I mean, I know I'm new and I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing, but the whole time I had no clue what was going on whatsoever, and I was just going with the flow.
It'll get better with time, man. And I'll be honest, I felt bad because I couldn't think of a way to weave you in to do something cool with you.
It was cool. I mean, I'm pretty sure I
So
did
I'm
it.
still tempted to make you like the sword bearer, and you got to get out of the city and go to the next place.
I could. I mean, one thing that I wanted to do, but then everything went all crazy, is I wanted to go pick up his ashes and put them in the cup, the bottle that we were all drinking out of when we toasted, and then maybe like look at her and like bow down and then just like leave because I know this wasn't my place anymore. But like I said, I loved it. It was great. Definitely can't wait for more.
Megan, how do you feel?
I am the god of magic. All bow down before me. Ah! No, it was awesome. I had a blast. That was such a good time. Yeah, awesome story.
Anything you
Would
think I
love
got to
to play
work
more
on?
in the world. I don't know. um, I don't know. I'm still learning too. So as far as I know, you did an excellent job. So yeah, awesome.
And I think Jose, you did a great job for somebody you're not playing much, man. Don't feel bad.
Thank you. Like I said, I mean, I just mainly like every so often I could looking at my spells and reading stuff, and I'm like, what can I do with this? What can I do with that?
Uh,
You gotta realize you're in a room with 3 DMs.
so yeah, you did fantastic. That was a good job,
So of
especially the way
course,
you used your illusions. It was good stuff.
so you talk with Megan and Sam. They got a lot of experience. They kind of have an idea of how to function, and they're more comfortable than you are. So you did a great job, man. Don't come out of this feeling like you didn't.
I know. I like I said, I loved it. I enjoyed it, and I definitely can't wait. And I'm glad I actually got to play a class that did magic because the other two games that I played before, I was a barbarian, and then the other one I was a thief, and it's like no magic involved, and it does make it a lot better with the things you can do with it.
Sam, are we off the air yet?
No, you've yet to say your goodbye. Sign off, man.
Oh, that's right. This is Chuck Grolmus, part of M.A.D Gaming. We will have more for you. Trust me. Everybody have a good night.